What to you is the scent of Christmas? For many, it's pine and tangerines, but there's one aroma that instantly transports you to a fairy tale. It's the warm spice of ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg. This is the story of how a few simple spices transform into real Christmas magic. In the next 10 minutes, we'll follow the entire journey, from these aromatic spices to the perfect gingerbread man. Are you ready to create some holiday spirit? It all starts with this: fresh, sharp, pungent ginger. Its juice is the soul of our future cookie, its character. Then cinnamon. Not powder from a packet, but real sticks holding all the warmth of the southern sun. Clove and nutmeg add depth and mystery. Just a pinch, but without them, the magic won't work. They are the secret ingredients of any Christmas miracle. Liquid gold, honey, or dark molasses. They give the cookie not only sweetness, but also that famous dark color and moist, chewy texture. And of course, flour. Sifted, airy, like the first snow. It is the canvas on which we will paint our Christmas masterpiece, cold butter. It needs to be rubbed into the flour to create crumbs. It's this process that will make the dough crumbly and tender. Brown cane sugar. It has notes of caramel that will perfectly complement our spices. It will add depth of flavor to the cookie. And finally, the egg. It will bind all the ingredients together, giving the dough life and strength. The spark that will ignite all the magic. First, we mix all the dry spices. This is the heart of our aroma. Right now, it's just powder, but soon it will become part of something magical. All ingredients are ready, each in its place, waiting for its moment. The stage is set, the performance begins. The first secret? We don't just mix, we brew. Honey, sugar, and butter go onto the fire. Heat will help them unite into a single golden essence. Right now, into the hot mixture, we add the spices. The high temperature instantly unlocks their aroma, making it 10 times stronger. Adding baking soda. Look, the reaction is instant. The mixture lightens, foams, and increases in volume. This will make our cookies airy, not rock hard. Now this hot, aromatic lava needs to cool down a bit. If we add the egg now, it will cook. Patience is a pastry chef's main ingredient. When the mixture is warm, we introduce the egg. With quick whisk movements, we create an emulsion. The dough becomes glossy and obedient. It's time for the flour. We introduce it in parts. At first, the dough is liquid, but with every spoonful, it becomes thicker, heavier, richer. Now we work with our hands. Dough loves the warmth of palms. We feel it changing texture, becoming firm and elastic, like soft modeling clay. Done. Smooth, shiny, aromatic. It's perfect, but it's tired. It needs rest so the gluten can relax and the spices can marry. We wrap it in film hermetically like a jewel. Air must not dry out its surface. We send it to the cold for at least an hour, better overnight. The butter will harden, making the dough easy to roll. While it sleeps, the kitchen fills with anticipation. The dough has rested and hardened. Now it's easy to work with. We dust the table with flour, just a little so as not to overflour the dough. Roll out a sheet 4 to 5 millimeters thick. Not too thin, so the cookie stays soft inside, and not too thick, so it bakes through. We choose the heroes of our story. The classic man, a star, a fir tree. Metal cutters are ready for work. Press firmly and strongly. Crunch. The sharp edge cuts through the dough, separating the figure from the sheet. One move, and we have a character. Carefully remove the excess dough. Now the hardest part. Transferring the figure to the baking sheet without deforming it. Careful, don't pull his leg off. Place them on parchment with a couple of centimeters spacing. In the oven, they will grow a bit and spread out. They need personal space. Look at the texture. Smooth, velvety surface. It is ready to accept the oven's heat and become golden brown. Brush off excess flour with a soft brush. No white spots. In the oven, they can burn and spoil the look. The door to the underworld? Or to paradise? The oven preheated to 180 degrees is waiting. We send the baking sheet in. Timer for 8 to 10 minutes. Don't go far. The line between perfect and burnt for gingerbread is very thin. 3 minutes passed. Look, they are breathing. The leavening agent has started working, lifting the dough. The men are becoming plump and voluminous. Butter and sugar melt, creating a glossy crust. Right now, they are very soft and vulnerable. Complex chemistry of flavor is happening inside. 5 minutes. The color is changing. The deep, dark shade of raw dough turns into an appetizing golden bronze. The edges start to darken first. And here it is, the aroma. It seeps through the oven cracks and takes over the kitchen. Ginger, cinnamon, caramel. This smell cannot be confused with anything else. 8 minutes. Checking. The center should be soft but spring back when pressed. If overbaked, they become rusks. If underbaked, they will collapse. Taking them out. A hot wave of air and spices hits the face. They are perfect. But we can't touch them. They are too soft and might break. Let them firm up on the sheet for a couple of minutes, then transfer to a rack. Air needs to circulate around so the bottom doesn't get soggy. The hardest part is not to eat them now. The correct gingerbread cookie is crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. But for decorating, they must cool completely. Leave them for an hour. They must become hard and cold. Only then will the icing lie flat and not run. They are ready. But something is missing. Right now, it's just tasty cookies. To become a Christmas miracle, they need faces and outfits. It must be ground as fine as fairy dust. Sift it so there isn't a single lump in the icing. We need only the egg white. Pure, transparent. It will become the structure of our icing, its frame. Start whipping at low speed. We break down the protein structure, saturating it with oxygen. A drop of lemon juice. It will whiten the icing to a shine and add a pleasant tartness to offset the sugar's sweetness. Gradually add the powder. The mixture thickens before our eyes. It becomes dense, glossy, like liquid porcelain. Stiff peaks. The icing must hold its shape and not drip from the whisk. This is our cement for the contours. Divide into parts, red for buttons and scarves, green for trees. Keep the white for snowy patterns. Use only gel dyes to avoid thinning the structure. Dilute part of the icing with water for flooding. It should flow from the spoon in a ribbon and smooth itself out. Transfer to piping bags. Push out excess air. Now it's not just food, it's an artistic tool. The palette is ready. The brushes are loaded. The artist begins to work. First, the outline. With stiff icing, we draw a dam along the edge. This line will prevent the liquid flood icing from spilling over. Let the contour dry for 10 to 15 minutes. It must become a solid barrier. Now for the flood. With runnier icing, we fill the entire space inside the contour, like flooding an ice rink. With a special scribe tool, we help the icing reach the tiniest corners. We pop any air bubbles. The surface must be perfect. While the flood icing is still wet, we sink the bead eyes. We draw a smile. Our little man has come to life. When the white background is dry, we add details. Red buttons, a green bow tie. Every stroke gives him personality. Wet on wet technique. On the wet flood icing, we place dots of another color and drag a scribe tool through them. This is how hearts and swirls are born. The final touch, a little sparkle, edible glitter and sugar pearls. Now the cookie shines as if dusted with magic. Let them dry for several hours. The icing must harden completely. Now it's not just a cookie, but an edible souvenir. Our gingerbread army is ready. Each man with his own character, each snowflake with its own pattern. No two are alike. We pack them in boxes. This isn't just food, it's a handmade gift, the most precious kind. We tie it with a ribbon. A red bow is the promise of a surprise waiting inside. We hang some cookies on the Christmas tree. This is an old European tradition. Edible ornaments. What could be better? We leave a treat for Santa, a glass of milk and a couple of gingerbread men. What if he really exists? But the main thing is to eat it yourself. In a cozy chair under a blanket with a cup of hot tea watching the fire. Crunch, that very sound. Sweet icing, spicy dough, the taste of Christmas. The last bite. The story has come to an end. From a pinch of spices to a happy smile. The circle is complete. This is the magic of Christmas, creating joy with your own hands. This year, when you're decorating your tree or having tea with your family, try creating this little bit of magic. Because the most precious thing about the holidays isn't the gifts, but the moments we create together. Merry Christmas!